Is Thursday, August 24th, 2023. And looking out the window, it defines today. It's clearing up. It was raining this morning. I think there's still some chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. But again, a very warm day, and I'm assuming a very humid day with all the rain. And I think we're supposed to get a break tonight into tomorrow and the weekend. The devotion for today is entitled Be Subject, written by Martha Spong. And Martha bases the devotion upon Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21, which is interesting because my sermon for this coming Sunday is on Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21 through 33. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21, New Revised Standard Version. Be subject to one another out of reverence for Christ. And Martha writes, when I was a young bride the first time around, we read what the never married Apostle Paul wrote to the Ephesians about husbands and wives and how they were to love each other. He compared the wife to the church and the husband to Christ. I had no idea how these words had been used to create and perpetuate family dynamics and cultural systems that permitted abuse of women. Is that really how we think Christ should show love to the people committed to follow in his way? Yet this seemingly outdated passage from a letter written almost 2,000 years ago contains an instruction I embrace. Be subject to one another out of reverence for Christ. While to be subject can sound like giving in to the control of another person, it takes on another meaning when two people offer each other mutual accountability. My wife and I took our vows more than a decade ago. We have had to adapt and revise what we learned about marriage when we were younger. Binary roles of husband and wife are something we joke about at those times when our division of labor seems to fall along stereotypical lines. What we have is something new for both of us. Our partnership relies on being answerable to each other. The deep truth in Paul's advice can take new shape. And the prayer. Holy love, give us all the gift of reverent mutuality in our closest relationships. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Of course, since I was preparing for a sermon this week on a large portion of that verse a lot, as well as the following verses through verse 33, I think the key here for me is that this opens with being subject to one another. It's not being subject to your husband. It's not being subject to your wife. It's being subject to one another out of reverence for Christ. And so my feeling is that the intent is that for those of us who follow Christ, a new order was created, an order in which the old patriarchal structure, the hierarchical structures that were in place at the time were brought down and replaced with something about mutual accountability, mutual love and care and compassion. And it extends beyond just whoever we're married to, but to everyone and everything, to all of creation. That is what it means to follow Christ, to be in relationship with one another and to be accountable to each other. That's my take. Yours may be different. Anyway, I hope you can join us this Sunday in person. Music starts about 10:15. Announcements are about 10:27, and worship follows immediately. Could be an interesting conversation. You can also join us on Facebook Live if you can't make it personally, or it is posted later on Facebook as a recorded video, as well as St. John United Church of Christ, Defiance, Ohio YouTube channel. So hope you can join us one way or another. We would be very happy to have you with us. Hope you have a good day, and hope to talk to you again soon.